So some people think that there's like weird beef between us, but I gotta say, I love everyone. You know, that's kind of my thing. So that includes you, and I got nothing but love for you, my friend. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me. And yeah, I have no beef with you. To be honest with you, before you reached out to have me on the podcast, I'd literally never heard of you. So like, why would I have beef with you? It makes no sense.
Totally. Yeah, So wait, did you say you've never heard of me?
Oh, no, I don't mean it in an insulting way. I just mean I don't really listen to podcasts. I'm not on social media. I don't watch much TV. Like a lot of people are talking about White Lotus right now. I have no idea what that is. I don't even know what streamer it's on. Are you an actor? Ooh, are you on White Lotus?
No, I'm not on White Lotus. So wait, so you're saying that over all the years of doing what you do on Easter, which arguably is a bit of a lighter lift than what I had to do, you're saying over all that time you've never once heard mention of Jesus?
No, I know what Cheez-Its are. I love Cheez-Its. Dude, I had a weed gummy on my way over here, and I would crush a box of those right now.
Cheez-Its are great, but that's not, there just aren't that many things that people associate with Easter, you know? There's you, and then there's me. Like, I've heard of you.
Well, yeah, I'm the Easter Bunny. Everyone knows the Easter Bunny.
Oh boy. Look, I get that you have pagan origins and that you're probably not super familiar with Christianity. That's cool. But you've like heard of, I don't know, like the Bible?
No, of course. That's the band, right? That has the song with the amazing ending. Where no, tears streaming down your face.
So you think the Bible is the band Coldplay?
I'm more of a fan of the early Bible albums, not so much the dance pop thing they've been doing recently. No, thank you.
I'm just going to change the subject. Aside from Easter, what is your, say, second favorite holiday?
Oh, that's easy. You know, the one with, with Santa Claus and the reindeer and the trees and the decorations.
You're messing with me, aren't you?
Yep, because I don't like you. We got beef, brah. You and I, we are not friends. We are enemies.
Oh, that's fine. I love my enemies, so I still love you.
Oh, you are so annoying.
And good for you, Mr. Easter Bunny, giving big old Jesus a what for. What's up, everybody, on a Saturday night? It is time yet again, if you're ready to get dark and nasty. Wow, that just sounded really good, like a great fucking monologue. But if you are ready to sin, we've got it all for you tonight. I got 20 goddamn comments already in the comment section tonight. Oh, we got So Severian in the house. What's going on? Yes, Jesus is a prick. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you there. But it was funny when I came across that video. I know Easter was last weekend and all, but man, that shit was funny. Easter Bunny versus Jesus together, on a podcast.
We do have a problem, bro.
I couldn't pass that up.
We do have beef, bro.
Right? Good to see you, Kyler, brother. And we got Dustin in the house. Turkey Man too. What's coming?
Babylon is here.
Babylon. He is just bitter since he keeps getting his ass kicked every year by Jay and Silent Bob. That is legendary. Lizzie, what's going on? Rebecca's in the house, which means the ass bleaching is not too far behind. But man, what a fucking week it's been. But one of the things that I did happen to notice is, guess what?
Long time ago. Longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams, for the story that you are about to be told took place in the holiday worlds of old. Now, you probably wondered where holidays come from. If you haven't, I'd say it's time you begun.
That's right, motherfuckers, in my witches. What's that now?
That sounded wicked in my headphones. I was like,
oh man, that had to be like awesome. Fucking in stereo and shit. I'm sorry.
So cool. No, I loved it.
In case it's a good thing. But yeah, we're 6 months away from the greatest time of the year. So yeah, see, Mortimer's already, chomping at the bit, as it were. As long as
I thought it's going to be the only time of the year we're normal, but goddamn it, I don't even think we're normal then.
That's all
setting on
year
your dryer.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People judge what normal is. It's different for all of us. And they're normal.
We're this way 24/7, 365, as are most of our beloved addicts and demons out there as well. Not sure what you meant to say there, but damn, what a great comment. Luna Project says, what the fucko?
What the fucko?
That makes you think of Yakko, Wacko, and Doc. That's the long lost Animax, long lost Animaniacs. Fucko.
He was the one
He's on that other
He would be
channel.
my favorite character.
I want to start a band.
Yeah, it's Reaper and fucko.
That'd be goddamn
I gotta get a mini Reaper now that I can just call fucko my sidekick. That would be fucking awesome. Oh shit. Oh, and if you haven't already figured it out, our illustrious temptress of sin, Sugar Hooter, can tell you what the rules are.
This program is for 18 and over only. So if you are a minor, go dig a hole. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see you when you're 18. I was thinking a minor, like in the cave, not,
Oh,
yeah.
So we're talking about Harry from, My Bloody Valentine. Gotcha. Hey, Babylon, what's going on? Babylon says, I'm spooky all year long. I even have that on my coffee cup. See, be proud, be weird, be whatever the fuck you want to do.
Was the coffee cup made in Thailand?
I was
Son of a
waiting.
whore. I knew
I was
somebody was
waiting.
going to sound off.
There's our first Thailand, and we're 7 minutes in. So in about 2 to 3 minutes, we're gonna go off on a fucking tangent that we don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about. So
I was going to say that might be a new record that it's been 8 minutes before Thailand. Oh, shit, I said it again. Sorry.
God damn
damn
it. Stop it.
I'm not sorry.
Honestly, there's no reason to be sorry.
hell, man.
Babylon says, remember on the old movie Magic, Hey Bucko? Well, maybe when the lights went out, his name was Hey Fucko.
Oh, goddamn it. Fucko is gonna be stuck in my head for a while. Like, that's not going away.
I'm telling you, I would bet money that Sid Haig has said that exact phrase.
Hey, fucko.
I guarantee it.
Yeah. Hey, fucko. Yeah, that's...
Figures I get to fucking laughing, and then my cough just wants to spank my ass a little bit. My goodness. Oh, God damn it, Lizzie.
God damn.
And then followed up by Luna Project. So that's
There's one above that. There's 3. There's one above that.
there's
Severian
a
got it, but
conspiracy in here.
No, so Severians we did already.
did we?
We did.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
My bad.
There's a conspiracy. You motherfuckers want to see us drunk. I get it.
I mean, at least y'all get to see us drunk for free.
True.
All right,
All I'm
Babylon
saying
got it.
is good luck, because I ate a foot-long sub, so I'm ready to go.
Babylon said it again.
He also said, do they circumcise in Thailand?
That's what that last one was. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. Come on.
And there goes Kyler in other languages. Now we're saying, I'm gonna have to go get another drink, and I'm probably gonna have to pee if we keep this up.
Now you see, now you got to make Sugar Hooter get up and go to the bathroom. Now, is that what you all really meant? Oh, never
That's
mind.
probably
Don't
what they
answer.
do.
Don't answer.
They probably make tennis tracks out of foreskin
we're
for
not
ping
going
pong.
down that road.
Mortimer got it.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I
No, it's great.
was texting water for a second.
I said, see, now you're going to make, Sugar Hooter have to use the bathroom. Is that what you guys really want? And then I went, no, don't answer that question. Because you never know what we're thinking.
And he slammed on the brakes and was like, "Yeah, no, we're not going that way."
Because I had a feeling that it was going to be followed up by, something ridiculous from Babylon. But we love you, Babylon.
That's what, like, he's got my brain turning here. So apparently, I'm thinking in Tyler. I didn't say it. I started to. In the foreign land over there, they probably take their foreskin and make badminton rackets. So when the girls use ping pongs, they can swack that shit back out of the way.
They can swack it.
Yep.
Is that swacking off? Is that what that's called?
That is officially known as swacking off. Yes.
I want to know if
In the foreign
if you want to do it like the foreigners do, you're going to swack it, not whack it.
I want to know in certain regions.
All right, Babylon, son of a bitch.
In
God
certain
damn it.
all that. So sorry to hear, so Severian, that you need therapy from picking 18 ticks off the dog and himself.
Oh god damn, man.
Yeah.
That sucks.
My son had one the other day. Like
That's
that ass is one random one right here.
Because
Well, see,
I feel that pain and then some when it comes to
That's
those
the
little
problem with
motherfuckers.
living in Texas because they have their own zip codes.
Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, oh, is that a cow? No, that's a fucking tick.
At least
Yeah.
you can see them then.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And once
We
you
get the deer
find
ticks
them,
that you can't see, and then they give you friends. So,
no fun at all.
Like I said, my son had one in his shoulder the other day, and like it took an act of Congress to get that fucking thing out, even using tweezers.
Oh yeah. You got to get
I
the head out.
remember when my mom was the nurse at summer camp, this kid came in with one in their eyelid.
No.
No,
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay, that
Come
was real
on.
brave in me.
Yep. That was wicked.
That's like
Oh.
straight out of some 1980s, after school special type shit.
that's some shit you see on Rotten.com. Hey,
I used to love Rotten.com back in the
Yes,
day.
I remember Rotten.com.
Who the hell
actually.
didn't?
Wow, that is a callback, Cody. I have not heard of that in a minute.
I'd forgot about it till somebody made a post about it. It was like all of our badasses back in the day on this website, and it had like a picture of the fucking loading screen and shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing memes going around about it.
Huh.
Oh, excuse me. All right, Luna. And you guys didn't do Babylon's last one, but I did. So
I did.
too.
I just
did
did.
too. I drank in so severe.
the one about the rains in the
Yeah.
foreign land.
I
Okay,
drank
that
for it,
popped
but I
up
didn't
after.
see it.
So I was just making sure.
Because I
I've
can't
drunk-
read the comments. Because
I've drunk to the rains in the foreign place, but I didn't the one under it. So.
he almost did it again. Did you notice?
He almost did, but
I'm
he
gonna
caught
get that
himself.
tattooed on my
All right.
tail.
13 minutes in, and this one's kicked, so I got to go to this one. Y'all killing
That
me.
is- Oh shit.
Andy is
That-
Dandy,
that's
but
that's
look
what we
who's
call
quicker.
self-control. Way to go there, Defiler. You almost killed us.
Well,
Hey,
he almost killed you guys.
But speaking,
I'm sorry, you guys are life challenged. That's not my fault. I still love y'all, but
Hi,
you know,
Luna.
you are the living challenge. So
speaking of, things from our childhood here. So, I don't know, happened to be scrolling through and came across this little gem. Because if you look at some of the old children's books, those gold binder ones that a lot of us had grown up with. And then, of course, they got the hand-me-downs up in the 90s and then up through probably the early 2000s.
yeah.
But didn't some of the characters look kind of like precariously depending upon what is going on or what the book is about? In this case, I happened to come across this dinosaur book, and damn it, I remember this one. Tell me if you guys thought that this would be the title. I mean, come on. Literally, the dinosaur is staring at the booty. So is it possible that that is a woman dinosaur T-Rex carrying what looks to be maybe possibly a sprig of weed?
That looks like a hadrosaur, like what's related to Gallimimus.
See, that's why we have you.
But it looks like it's holding a pot leaf a little bit.
I think
Not exactly,
they
but a
might
little
both
bit.
be guy dinosaurs, though, and he's a megasaurus.
That's
You said it before me. I was gonna say an allosaurus.
or like a lot of puss.
Yeah, they're gonna put those
Those are the lesbian dinosaurs that lick a lot of puss.
See, because I actually have family descended from sexual tyrannosauruses, so
Tyrannosaurus sex.
there you go.
But here's the thing, though. This ended up taking me down an epic journey that has almost kind of become our game for the evening. It's called Guess Which Book is Real and is on the inappropriate children's book list. Because apparently some of these books that I kind of had a feeling so whoever wrote it is a little depraved. Yeah. So now, so for everybody out there in the Black Flame universe, as well as all of us here, we're going to guess. Well, obviously I can't because I know the answers. So you guys tell me if you think it's legit or damn, that's just a funny idea. Here we go. Let's start with piece one. Real or fake? Horatio
Real.
Humble beats the Big D.
I'm going to think this is real.
I vote for real.
Okay. What about you there, Defiler?
Real.
All right. Let's see what our illustrious addicts have to say because they are lighting it up. Dustin says fake. Luna Project says real. So Severian says, ooh, okay, we're a little divided out there. Kyler also says fake. And Rebecca says fake. Well, guess what? Nope, it's real. This is a legit book that was written, and why?
I can think like
this book this.
Test scores, but I would have named it something like the kid got a D and needed to beat the D, the big D. But yeah, I would have changed
how he
the
said
name.
go.
So, I mean, obviously, I haven't read this book. So, what in the fuck is the Big D?
You know what
He
the big D
looks
is?
like he's fucking failing homework, so he's getting a D and everything. He finally passes something. Hell, I don't know. It could have been worse. It could have been the big black
now.
D.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't make the letters.
Thank fuck it didn't say beats the BBC or the what is it, the BCC? No, the BBC. God damn it, I can't even. I can't keep it straight.
I mean, they did make it a big. There's hidden messages there.
Brewers Television Club just fucking them up. Oh,
There's hidden messages there. They made that D is big and black. There's hidden messages there. Look at it.
It is bold print.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Oh, okay. I Googled because I was curious. He has difficulty reading, so it's dyslexia.
Oh, see,
But
I
they
would have
honestly
never.
didn't think for a second that calling it the Big D would
Yeah.
kind of cause a stir amongst the parents of children.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to give you more publicity. There ain't no such thing as bad publicity.
And I'm serious. I think all these authors are smoking the devil's lettuce before they go to write and probably thought that, hey, this title makes me giggle. I'm going to use it.
Well, the thing is, if the parents are complaining that they didn't read the book and that they got dirty minds, so that's, you're either going to out yourself or you're going to read the book and know it's about dyslexia.
Exactly. Oh my
I like how
goodness.
Dustin says that is very misleading. It reminds me of the In Living Color where they were doing the movie reviews and they're like, Die Hard, hated it. Because they were like, that's not what I was expecting.
That is 2 snaps and a back.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Living Color was
Definitely
the
showing
shit.
our age there a little.
Homie, don't play that. Yeah.
Exactly. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Oh, Fire Marshal
And-
Bill was
and-
the shit.
Dude, Vera de Milo.
You know, why didn't we
I
get a
will take you
whole
into my
Fire
mighty
Marshal Bill
breath.
movie?
That would have been.
I feel like we
phenomenal.
should have got one.
Yes.
It would have been over pretty quickly. It would have had a high body count. We would have had to do it on the barbecue, man. That would have had a high body count of other people that he exploded or burnt to death. Let me show you something. Yeah.
Shay, you have a Walkman. Do you
Here,
A,
you ever stick
Listen
the
to
red hot
it.
poker to your eye?
B,
Right.
stick it in the oven, or C,
I like it when he sawed his leg off and then went to walk and just straight slammed face first into the ground.
Right. All right. You ready for the next one up to bat?
Give it to me.
You sure?
he
seem
wants
a
the
little-
big D.
I was gonna say you seem a little eager there, buddy. Take it easy. Hot under the
Hey.
bone collar.
Hey, I like to have and find other people that share the big D as well as myself. Thank you. What do you think I'm sitting on?
Dear Lord.
You do not get your own crypt unless you've got good reason.
I don't
Sitting
even
on
know
the
what
big
to
D, the
fucking
big
say to that.
donut.
Right.
Well, I'm undead and it dangles. What can I say?
Oh my Lord.
Man, that shit's the fell off. What the hell you talking about?
Exactly. See, he understands. See, spooky skeletons. Yeah, we do weird
Dude, say-
shit in the
hey.
graveyard.
This is the question. Do you try to play your own hacky sack there?
Is that known as the undead tickler?
In certain
It is
circles,
now.
yes. No, the hardest thing about being my age.
The hardest thing, but I'm God.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
All right.
Shot.
Book number 2, Cooking with Pooh.
Yes, real.
I say real.
I think I have this.
This is bound to be real.
Oh, I'll do it for just a little
Okay.
of honey. Give me
If
the
not this
fucking
one, I
honey
have a Winnie
piglet.
the Pooh cookbook.
Oh my
Give me the
goodness.
honey
And I have
piglet
a
or I'll
Winnie the
slit your
measuring
throat.
cup.
Dustin says the Fonz Henry Winkler has written some children's books. That's interesting to know.
You know what I
Great
say to
books
that?
on
as well.
dyslexia.
That's awesome.
I love Henry Winkler. I think he's an amazing, beautiful human being. And what I
Oh,
say to
yeah,
that,
absolutely.
hey,
You can do it. Cover Winkler and bees.
go on.
It's
You can
Henry
do
Winkler.
it.
Covered in
So I
bees.
have 2 votes so far. We got Lizzie for real, Dustin for real. Anybody else out there want to claim that this is
Real.
real or false?
We are
And
cooking with food.
Babylon for the win. Father O'Reilly doesn't like the big D. He prefers the little D with some anointing oil.
Did he do
Oh,
that when
wait.
he was on vacation in Thailand?
Oh, okay.
Oh, come
I
on.
mean, they like little D because they like minors anyways.
I wonder how much money they spend on duct tape.
This show
Kyler
is
says,
for
"I
18
know
years
this
old and
one's
older
real."
only.
So we got Kyler saying that he knows this one is real, but Rebecca says fake. And the winner is it's real. Cooking with
telling you, I
Food
had
is
it.
just not the best title,
It's Pooh
especially in the
Bear.
realm
See?
of smaller kids, due to the fact that they're going to make jokes of,
No,
you know,
we know it's Winnie the Pooh.
See,
of course, but
They're gonna
Cooking
make-
with Food just not the best title because it's gonna get clowned.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I have
moving
to
on.
say Kyler, because he said his mom is a big Winnie the Pooh fan. And
Nice.
his mom and I share the same birthday. And I am a huge Winnie the Pooh fan.
Oh, that's
I
amazing.
have a tattoo of Pooh Bear right here. So
Okay.
I just think I'm going to have to meet his mom at some point.
see.
I think the-
Also,
Go
side
ahead.
note: Winnie the Pooh's voice actor is the same actor of Darkwing Duck and Megatron.
Ah.
It's Jim Cummings. So he
Oh,
did
yeah.
Megatron. He did all of them from our childhood, and I don't believe he initially was Pooh, but he took him over.
I want to see something real quick.
But he
Really
sounds
good.
just like him.
Only one thing I can think about Winnie the Pooh is I'm Pooh and Rebecca's the honeypot. So
Alrighty.
He gets me. He gets
Okay,
me.
I was right. So you guys know the Lion King. Dustin made a Lion King reference earlier.
Ah. Okay.
Squash, banana, someday. No. Go ahead.
So Be Prepared, the Scar song,
Scar,
Jeremy Irons started, and for whatever reason, I forget if he got sick or whatever, he couldn't do it. So Jim Cummings actually sings half of that song. And I thought so, but I wasn't positive. So I just looked it up and I was correct. So
and also
Pooh Bear's singing Be Prepared.
The unsung hero of Lion King is the crazy hyena Ed.
Did y'all watch? Have y'all watched the live action of Mufasa yet? Like where
that was
Mufasa
perfect. I'm just trying not to laugh too hard, so
I will not ever watch the live action.
The live action Mufasa is actually really good.
Mufasa.
On just nope. I'm a purist. I can't.
It explains why Scar gets pissed off at him.
Because he's jealous.
Because
because he took Narabi from her. That's the whole reason.
Had a butterfly first.
I'm sorry. I don't believe this Scar was actually into Narabi.
Next book, real or fake?
Real or fake?
Fake.
I'm going with
gonna
real.
say real.
That smile's a little creepy on that little girl.
I'm from Victorian times, and that was a big problem that we had. I mean, we used to have people.
So we have two.
Ears growing on their cheeks and shit. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's real.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's wrote by a priest and that it's real.
Lizzie says I'm gonna guess fake. Luna Projects for fake, and something Dustin said here. He says you don't like Pooh's big chunky chocolate logs. I love Darkwing Duck. Oh my goodness. Oh, hilarious.
Blather.
So we got fake. Dustin says fake. They don't look like each other enough. Rebecca says definitely real in Alabama.
You got it. It's the wrong state. It's Kentucky. It's Kentucky, not Alabama. Kentucky.
And so Severian is guessing real with a question mark.
Huh.
So the actual answer is fake. This is not real. They completely changed the title of this book. It is based on one from way back when, but definitely I is not for incest on this one.
So the real
sorry
title
to disappoint
was
some
Daddy's
of you.
Not coming home. I'm Daddy now.
Now,
insertion.
Now, wait a minute. If that one fucked you up, tell me, is this real or fake?
Damn. All right.
That shit was wrote in Memphis.
I say real.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
I'm
real.
actually thrown on this one because it could be real.
No, this one rides a line. Yeah, this one's could be either.
I'm gonna go real.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 reals.
Real.
Real as well. Okay, so I got 3. So Severian says real. He also says this one should be real. And Dustin also says real. Do I have anything from our other fellow adepts out there? Is that what we call them? Adepts?
If it's real, the follow-up should be, and all Daddy wants for Christmas is the charges dropped.
That's fucked up. And I would not be surprised if that would be the part 2.
Or all Daddy wants for Christmas is soap on a rope.
Oh,
Lizzie says the library tag on the side helps.
That's true. It does add to the possibility of realism.
It still could be.
You could just change the. I was just saying, you could Photoshop a new title on it on a library.
Yeah, but that thing has a whole damn Dewey Decimal System on the side of it. You can see the damn little 0.82 on that bastard.
The movie version was picked up by Michael Bay. It's called Con Air. Tyler says, real. All right. Oh, my goodness. There goes part of my lung.
I will take that when you're done. Send it to me.
Okay.
Package of Mortimer's
I'll let you go ahead and process that for me.
Appreciate that.
So now that everyone has voted, this one, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, is real.
All right.
And
we
guess
guessed
who
right.
had to read it to a 3rd grade class at the beginning of my teaching career?
Oh shit!
Me! I actually
Wow.
had to read this to my 3rd grade class. And let me
Wow.
tell you, it was, in fact, the most uncomfortable situation I ever had to do in the elementary schools, to read a book called The Night That Dad Went to the Pen. And we're not
How many
talking
of them? How many kids related to it though?
well, that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Over 50% did.
That's
so.
what I was going to say. Were they sharing their own experiences when you were reading it? Because
That's a possibility.
Sadly, yes. But nonetheless, real book.
Babylon kills me.
Dustin says, darn, that's a rough one. Yes, indeed, that was. Lots of kids have to deal with that. I'm sure it was meant to be helpful. And yes, very much so. But still,
I
it's
agree.
kind of
Yeah.
heart-wrenching, even back in 2005. So Babylon says it's real, and Mama gives me melatonin when Uncle Thumper. Oh, God damn it, man.
Oh, okay. So
How
he's
missed
going.
you, sir?
He's going for the whole rabbit.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Big Daddy Jerry. That kind of thing.
All right. Here's another one. Real or fake? You wouldn't want to be a Salem witch.
I would
Why
say
wouldn't
that's
I?
real.
I kind of feel like,
I hate to say. I think that's real.
yeah.
Okay. So we got
I'm gonna
one real.
guess real.
I mean, this guy's still.
We got
Yeah,
real.
I'm gonna go real.
Because the
All right.
scholastic at the
Define
bottom
their
is a
head.
nice touch.
Yeah.
I like
No.
the frog on her head. I think it's cute.
It's very cute. Lizzie says, feels real.
That's what I'm saying. It feels real to me.
Rebecca
Another-
also says, definitely real.
Written by another priest. Just saying.
Oh,
No, written by the motherfucking Christians.
Well,
Yeah.
the priest is just the head Christian.
I don't give a fuck. Luna Project says real. Dustin says real, but historically weird they chose gingers, and I have to agree with that. Although there were some that did come over on the Puritan boats, so it's not too far-fetched. But okay, it looks like so Severian has chimed in as well as his vote is for real. Guess what? This is real.
yeah.
And this was supposed to be a historical funsy book for children.
real.
It's like
You're gonna turn the Salem witch trials funsies.
we
What the
get that, obviously this was an absolute travesty in the history of the United States. So we turned it into you might not want to be a witch in Salem. Especially now that it's more overrun by witches than it ever has been.
Well, now,
Yay.
see, that's what I was exactly. That's
I'd
what I
rather
was
be-
gonna say.
I'd rather be a fucking witch in Salem than a choir boy in a Catholic church.
But it's also to that end, though, is you take something like he said that it was a tragedy, and you're trying to make it funsies for children. That's not how you're trying to teach them.
No, look how funny it is, because if you were a witch back in these days, you could have burnt too if someone called you one without knowing the truth.
Oh, but only witches are women.
Oh, that's the other thing.
Giles Corey,
Right.
right
Nothing like a
there,
good stoning to wake you up.
right? And still didn't give the bastards what they wanted. That's the thing. It's like you can't take something like that and you can't. It's like trying to take a twist on Gettysburg and making Gettysburg funsies.
Oh,
It's on a fucking site
No.
called Goodreads too. Like, what the fuck?
you see what I'm saying? Like, this was fun for them.
A dickhead in Oxford
totally
used to.
glossing over the fact that they killed over 400 people.
Shit out of that
What-
craze.
what's
Yeah,
fucked up is
it started big time. Yeah.
Mm,
Shit in
The
Europe.
dude that
Germany,
wrote
they
it-
were doing way more than that before they ever got over here.
right?
The dude that wrote it studied at Oxford University and lives in Dublin,
Babylon says,
Ireland.
doing the Lord's work, the cocksmokers. Hey,
Yeah.
Paul Nita in the house. Welcome
Paul
back,
Nato.
Paul. Missed you being in here.
Yes, yes.
Dustin says, she knew how to hear someone with nature herbs. Which?
Oh, you mean the one lady that
You know?
can save your ass when you get sick from wiping your ass with poison ivy or something stupid?
Natural
That lady,
witches,
you
mind
know?
you. Just natural things from the earth that they just happened to learn was good for certain ailments.
Which is
and-
funny,
and-
you know,
and
because like
natural
aspirin comes
healing.
from plants and all this other shit and everything.
Yeah,
But no,
so
that's
should we-
witchcraft.
Should
Or
we
it was
say
the
that all
old
the drug
lady that
companies is
lived on the
witchcraft?
lands and they wanted the land. So all of a
Yep.
sudden she was a witch so that they
You
could
got it.
kill her and
Yep.
take her land.
Yep.
Yep, and if you were that lady's husband, you went down as one as well.
Mhm.
hmm
Yep.
It says that this book tells you how the Salem witch trial started, and what it would be like avoiding being accused of being a witch. You are Priscilla Bishop. You're pretty much you're a kid trying to avoid being accused of being a witch.
You couldn't.
You couldn't. Exactly.
All somebody had to do, they
all they
did
have-
this to me. They came to me in a dream.
Yep.
Honestly,
They
yes.
came-
All they
yeah.
had to do was listen to the lies of the children.
Yep. And
It's all
and
in the
that's what
book.
it was.
But it also does. Like I'm reading reviews on it, and people are also saying that it teaches kids that not only lies, power, and money can be corrupt and have severe consequences as well. So it may not be as terrible, but it's still a fucked up situation.
Yeah, I would have never have chosen that as a topic to try to peddle to children, though. They could have went 1,000 different ways. They could have used cute bug characters or something.
See, and
Yeah.
That's me.
that's a thing there too. Exactly, though. I mean, you could have went a completely different route without trying to eschew history to be more kid friendly. Because you're not either don't teach them or teach them,
Right.
in my opinion, because they'll learn more if you teach them the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, this is grand. So Severian said, I heard yesterday the FBI investigated 10,000 cases in the Satanic Panic and got not one conviction.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Apparently, this dude
Now
has
that's
written
disgusting.
more. Holy shit!
Babylon says, if you drown, you're innocent. If you don't, you're a witch. Exactly.
Yep.
Which, you
Well,
just
you
might
got
have the
stones in your
propensity
pockets.
for lung power.
Right.
Let's see. Dustin says she knows how to swim, witch. She knows how to really churn butter really well. Not a witch.
Now, see, now
Exactly.
my
That's
question
exactly what
though
we're trying to say.
The dude
is
has
she made
written.
out of wood.
The dude has written more
Lizzie
books.
says
He's got-
my daiquiri pouch half froze, and I keep getting sips of either all juice or all alcohol.
Well, Lizzie,
Poor thing.
Mortimer will be seeing you later.
That's
and
not.
myself.
Apparently, that's not the only fucked up book this dude wrote. Because he has other.
I have no doubt. I have no
It
doubt.
says you wouldn't want to be Cleopatra. You wouldn't want to be an ill in Tudor times. You wouldn't want to be a medieval knight. You wouldn't want to be an American colonist. You wouldn't want to be an Anglo-Saxon peasant.
Oh, unholy hell. Really?
You wouldn't want to be.
Saxon peasant.
It's like, oh, look.
You
I'm
wouldn't
an
want to be a
Anglo-Saxon
guy
peasant.
named
Oh, fuck,
Fox.
there comes the Vikings.
You want to be a guy named what? Fox? Is that like Guy Fawkes?
Fawkes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, that's
plays,
Guy Fox.
Mm.
Yeah,
Then
well, they got,
you wouldn't.
beef
You
with
wouldn't
that.
want to be an Aztec sacrifice. You
Well,
wouldn't
I can
want to
agree
be.
with that.
You wouldn't want to be on Apollo 13.
Oh, that's
You
getting
wouldn't want to be an
hell.
American pioneer. You wouldn't want to be a Mayan soothsayer.
Caesarea.
Oh,
You wouldn't want to be a Victorian miner.
Hey, I take shit
You
like
wouldn't-
that personally.
You wouldn't want to be on Shackleton's polar expedition.
Oh,
Okay, I can understand that.
You wouldn't want to be. You wouldn't want to be a Sumerian slave.
oh, the hell. Who
You
would?
wouldn't
Oh,
want
my
to be
goodness.
a Victorian schoolchild. Like,
gonna
this is
visit
all
their
pictures
house.
of books that look identical to this shit. You wouldn't want to sail on the Mary Rose.
I had
Or
a
the
pleasant
Titanic.
time.
Apparently, this man's treachery knows no bounds.
Well, you know what though? It's kind of like a good first step because you're going to remember that you read it when you were little, and it might make you want to learn
true,
more
it's
about
But
it.
as a kid, it could
Yeah,
traumatize
but see,
them.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
not if
wouldn't,
it's coming across with a
No.
cute frog on her head,
No, I
and
get
they're
what
like,
you
you're
wouldn't
saying.
want to.
Oh, come
You wouldn't
on.
want to be a second world. You wouldn't want to be a Second World War evacuee. You wouldn't want. You wouldn't want to be in the trenches of World War One.
all of these are true.
Now,
I know,
yes,
but
but the thing is his question? I mean, like, is his like his author's name Captain Obvious?
But that's the
no,
thing, it's
they
not to
banned
kids, though. These are all things they're not familiar with. So I agree with Lizzie. As long as it's accurate, then
It's not gonna be,
How do you know?
Apparently, he studied at.
because I was there through most of it.
Could you imagine, little Susie and little Johnny reads, you wouldn't want to be a soldier in the trenches of World War
I
I.
would have
Because you might get your limbs blown off.
I would have eaten these up when I was a kid.
Apparently, he was. He studied ancient.
No, I agree. I probably would have when I was a kid too.
He studied ancient and modern history at Oxford University, and he lives in Dublin, Ireland. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say his name. But
now, I'm not against.
I like
the
Dustin's
Irish.
title.
I love the Irish part. Irish.
I love Dustin's is fucking amazing. Like
he just needs to get away.
You
from
wouldn't
the
want to
fucking
be on the
Victorians.
Titanic.
no,
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to be a
Babylon's
prostitute during Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I love
caught
that. Yep.
Lizzie says, dude, let me tell you, learning about the Holocaust in Germany in third grade was, I believe it.
Yeah.
See,
Oh my goodness. They probably
Yeah.
showed you photos and
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything that the rest of the world didn't get to see.
oh yeah, no, I can agree with her on that because my father told me that when he was a kid over going to school in Germany, that they took them literally to a concentration camp on purpose.
Oh my God.
And what
That's
they do
awful.
is they make sure that you hear the sirens going. That means the gates are going to close. And you'll be locked in there if you don't get on the bus and everything. It was to get the kids to do it. And my dad literally said that sound was something that stayed with him for the rest of his life. It scared him more than anything.
It's mortifying.
And I barely saw my father scared of anything.
Babylon's got a great title as well. You wouldn't want to drop the soap in front of Father O'Reilly, little Johnny there. Oh my goodness. So apparently, see, we hit another rabbit hole in this case. Don't take that the wrong way.
That's what Father O'Reilly said.
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom. Yes. Here's another one. Real or fake. And I actually have a few feelings about this one, but I want to see what everyone thinks first. No, David.
Real. I love this book.
This is real. I've seen this, I think. I'm pretty sure I've seen this.
Yep.
See, and part of me, the way it's written, would have said fake, but I believe my fellow hosts, of course, so I'm going to say real.
All right.
But the artwork would have made me said fake because it looks a little like they did 3D on purpose, but badly.
Luna Projects has a great title. You wouldn't want an empty cup in Thailand, motherfucker.
Cheers to
You don't want to sit on your balls in the rain.
Oh my goodness, yeah. No, more like you wouldn't want to be caught with your pants down at T-Land. She did
One night in Bangkok. Yes, oh my. I know it's about chess. But it's also the easiest way to punch your friend in the balls. Capital of so-and-so. Oh yeah, Bangkok.
Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mike Tyson is
It's called, like, my class was the champions of squirrel tag. I swear to fuck.
Squirrel tag.
Yeah.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't even hit videos yet. We are just on books. I told you this was going to be a good one. Let me see here. Dustin says, real. My kids have one of these. Lizzie says, yes, this looks familiar. Luna Projects, I think, had a a moment there and just put M for a second. And recanted to say that I think it's real. Babylon says the Lord taketh and the Lord stretcheth.
Jesus says that the Lord giveth and I stretcheth. Ding.
Testify.
All right. So apparently, Babylon knows how to get all up there. But anyway, yes, in fact, this is a real book. It's about a super badass kid and how parents can deal with having said badass kid. These are very cute books. I think they're pretty good. Now, what about?
I thought it was headbutt. But that's
what about this one?
Well, she's a sport.
Did she inadvertently, back in 1921 or 22 or whatever the fuck it was, create the first train? Or gangbang, as it were. Yes. Did you know that this book is now at the top of the current inappropriate books for kids?
See,
really?
And I'm not a stickler.
That it makes one of the things I read was there is a lot of people that think that it makes her look like a whore.
Well, why are they assuming she's doing anything with any of them?
Well, you got to understand.
Because people are sick bastards like all of us. Your mind goes there.
New age parents.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's where the dirty minds come from. Because
I'm a new age parent, and I don't see this motherfucker as dirty. It's just what the fuck?
We're talking about the average new parent.
No, see, and that's the thing. See, Defiler, that's the difference.
They've lived a life of such
but you don't have your heads
they
rammed
can't
up
even
your
look
ass.
at something innocent without thinking it's dirty.
That's
well, you know what's red and has 7 dents? Snow White's cherry.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, you know it's 6 inches long and has a head on it, and women love to blow it.
Me,
$1 bill.
Oh shit! Mortimer for the win.
Thank you.
Yes, because she lived with 7 dwarfs. Exactly.
Yeah, but
y'all know me by now.
I get what Sid's saying.
Some say it makes her look like, she's banging them all. And then some people I think are just, dwarfophobes.
But see, also, nobody ever thought that the dwarves were banging each other.
That's right.
See, I agree with Dustin's comment.
Dustin says the prince makes out with a theoretical corpse, and that's okay, but a woman can't sleep in a bed with 7.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with you.
That as well, yeah.
That'd be one fucked up human centipede.
Well, no, Snow White's the one that was in the glass casket.
Stop watching that shit.
I didn't watch the human centipede since I was a kid. I just remember how fucked up it is.
A strange fascination. I think I have to make you one.
Was that a glass casket?
No, a human centipede for him.
Oh, I was like, why? What did I do that I'm getting?
Dude, if you made a little human centipede, I would walk around with that motherfucker.
See what an eye opener that is. Luna Project says, honestly, just fucking never thought of it that way.
I was more offended that she had to do all the cooking and the cleaning and the.
But when you get these young upstart political Christians, they start putting some of the most innocent things under the microscope, and then they
very much so.
Bastardize it.
Yeah, they'll put everything else under the microscope, but they won't ask their priest what he was doing in the back room for 20 minutes.
Oh no, that's okay. He was giving them the holy what for?
Holy something.
No, it's like Skull and Bones kind of crossbone shit, secret society.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like they want to tell you when we were all raised that these are the values that you were raised in. These are the good and the bad and all this stuff. This is stuff you can watch, stuff you can listen to. D. Snyder and fucking Bob, or John Denver and fucking Frank Zappa fighting so all of us can listen to what the fuck we want to. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
shit like that. It's like they've done this and attacked literature and anything that can make you smarter or make you think for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't they just
Over
There
and
was
over and
just-
over again.
I think there was just something that was passed that there's certain books that are banned now, so they're having to take them out of school and shit.
Shit, dude. I mean,
Harry Potter is one of them.
Shit, how many people die in Harry
Oh
Potter?
my goodness, yes.
But that's a thing too. I remember getting Charlotte's Web read to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
watched the
crying
fucking
by the end
movie.
of the fucking book, or they read you Where the Red Fern Grows, and it's like, why were all the kids' books that we were read had to do with people getting killed?
Like,
I love when they
always
showed
that.
us Watership Down. That was just like 101 Ways to Kill a
No,
Rabbit.
exactly. Or Romeo and Juliet.
Everything
I
was
got to
dead.
see Heine in
From-
Romeo and
Exactly.
Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet.
There wasn't a single happy ending to any of those things.
No,
You
exactly.
have to
There's
pay
no-
middle
extra
school,
for
I
that.
remember. Middle school, I remember Shiloh, Where the Red Fern Grows,
Yep.
Charlotte's Web, and James and the Giant Peach. I can remember exactly
Dude.
watching every fucking one of them.
Animal Farm.
Of Mice and Men.
Mice
Yeah,
and Men.
Mice and Men.
Little.
Pretty lady.
The dude wears a
About the
fucking
Green
glove,
Mile.
or the dude
Shit,
wears a fucking glove of Vaseline
What is
because
it?
his wife don't want his hands to get rough.
Secret of the Nim and fucking what we were talking about earlier, American Tail with Fievel and shit.
Right.
Most of those
Papa.
Dark Crystal were dark as shit. We got thrown with some fucked up shit when we were kids.
Oh,
And a
yeah.
lot of those
Remember-
were the ones that didn't
Fucking
have shit.
Macbeth,
Crazy.
and Midsummer's
I
Night Dream,
watched
and that shit in high
Macbeth.
school.
I read Macbeth.
The
I went to
Princess
see
Bride.
Macbeth. I was so Macbethed out by the end of that
Alas,
year.
poor
Like,
daughter.
Oh my god.
For I
Damn
do
it,
confess,
Babylon.
what is it nobler to suffer the
God damn
slings and arrows of thine cruel world?
Sorry, I knew the guy and he would never shut the fuck up, so it's like drilled into my head.
Well, how the hell did it just sound like the dude?
There was the Tale of Two Cities.
The
Sail
Tale of
of
Two
Two
Cities.
Cities.
Which is the one I prefer.
We said the
know,
same thing at the same time.
Well, who the fuck wouldn't at this point? But still, you know, and then of course my favorite, which was Edgar Allan Poe, Everything Must Die.
Which they thought Edgar Allan Poe was crazy too. That's the whole thing. Nobody had read dark shit intentionally like his. Where somebody
Did anyone
is like,
catch that movie?
oh, the one with John Cusack.
Oh fuck yeah, one of my
Yeah,
favorite.
no, it was good.
actors.
They did a good job because his death
What a
is some of the most
story.
mysterious shit. He shows up the next day, dead of alcohol poisoning, what they believe, in somebody else's clothing.
Right.
They don't know shit about his death, and he had the
Sure
same thing
don't.
that Valentino did, and had a mysterious person show up at his grave, and what was it? Bring his favorite booze every single year on the anniversary of his death since his death. So it's like that's some staying power. That's the master of the macabre. There, that's the
Exactly.
pre-emo.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He was proto emo.
I like that.
Oh, I will forever be thankful that I was introduced to Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, very much so. Shit, Vincent Price. You know, it's
We
like
read,
it opened the world up to two amazing people.
We read The Pit and the Pendulum when I was in high school.
There you
I remember
go.
that one too.
Shit, exactly. But also, too, you want to see a really fucked up version? Watch The Pit and the Pendulum that was done by Lance Henriksen.
Oh shit!
That's wicked as fuck.
How did I miss that?
Oh, dude, he's like an
Ugh.
inquisitioner,
Mm.
and it's Lance Henriksen, so it's sick, dude. It's wicked, and it's like in the '90s, I believe. Yeah, called The Pit and the Pendulum. So you can't mess up the title. It's easy as shit.
I'm wanting to say I remember watching one that was from in the 90s, like vaguely remember it. But
That's probably what it was because it's got Hellraiser vibes to it a little bit too, almost.
That's
'Cause
even better.
They went Spanish Inquisition. I mean, they went fucked
Nobody
up with it.
expected that.
Hmm. Yeah, the monkey's paw, definitely.
yeah, they took us on a field trip and we watched a play of that shit. That shit was spooky as a motherfucker.
Oh, it's a fantastic story. Very dark, very very spooky. Dustin says the one with Christian Bale and the guy from Harry Potter, the murder mystery one, was pretty good. Sad ending. Hansel and Gretel. What a great movie that turned out to be. Absolutely enjoyed it.
That's one of those stories too that's been told so many different times. It's not even funny.
What's that one movie? The Brothers Grimm.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Another there's a movie called Hansel and Gretel.
So, you were like the first imposter ghost.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But it's like, too, you wouldn't
have
have
respect
a lot of
because back then they'd put you to death for lying.
Well, that too.
And speaking of lying, you might want to think a little bit before next time trying to tell someone a lie.
Are you a decent person? Well, of course you are. And that's why I know you'll make decent choices. And the most decent choice? Don't be a piece of shit liar. Now in a brand new and convenient microwavable box. It tastes great and your friends and family will absolutely love it. So go on and be decent. Don't be a piece of shit liar.
The accent gets me every time.
I love it. Don't be a piece of shit liar.
You know, honestly, I wish we had products like this. Maybe we would have, less shit humans to deal with.
Or the new book coming to all the shelves. Get called out on your bullshit. No, because that's what it is. Exactly. It's like we had more products like that. We wouldn't have to deal with people. You would hope we wouldn't have to deal with people being fucking lying pieces of shit.
Oh, so true, man. So true. So, somebody out in the attic section brought up not too long ago about the FBI, went through 10,000 cases of, satanic panic and no convictions. Yes. Win one for Satan. But what if Mr. Rogers, in his little segment of Let's Listen to This, played this record?
Okay, let's listen to a little bit of this song. So, that's the end of that.
I bet you that would have been his reaction.
Yeah, it'd been, yeah.
Better record for him to play, though.
I mean, first of all, fucking Clutch rules. I love those motherfuckers so bad.
Hell
man, a good blast from the past right there.
And also, Mr. Rogers was actually as good as everybody hoped he was. So that's the thing. He's the guy that we can make jokes about because he really was that good of a person.
He truly was.
He wasn't one of the fucked up people that you end up now. Oh, well, he diddled like 6 fucking kids. Well, that son of a bitch, that wasn't Mr. Rogers.
You know how many of them motherfuckers really, really tried to find something wrong with him and they just couldn't.
No, they couldn't because it didn't exist.
I was like, win one for the good guys.
Exactly. He was one
It's
for
like
the good
about that show earlier, today in our little chat. Like, how the fuck is Bill Cosby gonna call Eddie Murphy out for being dirty and that old bastard was roofing motherfuckers to get pussy? Like, what the fuck?
Because he was too busy to fucking try to keep a lid on his activities.
See, and I think I have an answer to your question after thinking about that, Defiler. And that would be, I would say you'll need to take some of my Jello pudding box and go to sleep time, and I'll talk about it to you later.
You know
Jello pudding eating motherfucker.
No, exactly.
His honest to goodness excuse, I think, truly is, well, it was the 70s and we were taking the drugs and the hoppity hippity doo-dahs.
Yes, and the zippity doo-dahs and the messing me up real bad. Taking the drugs.
Exactly.
The sleep was.
No, he was protecting his image, and that's why he was like, look over there.
Exactly.
You're not going to see what I'm doing because you're looking over there.
See, it's
because he cemented himself as America's,
America's Dad.
Yeah, it reminds me of fucking Herbert. Like, putting it together, he talks like Herbert the pervert from Family Guy. It's just like,
Yes, Dustin, absolutely. Delirious is still my shit to this day.
Raw is my favorite one. Delirious is good where he's talking about the fucking ice cream, but Raw and that goddamn McDonald's burger is fucking hilarious.
Dude, but that's the thing though, that I give Eddie Murphy. As funny as his shit was, he tells you, and they asked him forever, who is to you the funniest comedian ever?
Richard Pryor.
Every single time he said, my brother Charlie.
Yes.
And Charlie Murphy, you watch Charlie Murphy and you see how much Eddie borrowed from his brother. You see it, and then it's like the shit with Rick James, and it's like you can't make that shit up because it really happened. The shit with Prince really happened.
Yeah.
And you will never beat exactly. It's like I didn't make him pancakes, but yeah, we went and had pancakes. But it's like the truth like that. You can't beat that shit. You don't even need to fucking change it up. It was cocaine's a hell of a drug, because Rick James was insane doing shit at that time. He was notorious for it.
Oh yeah, he
and Eddie didn't do shit.
Pull a ditty.
Exactly. It's like I'm gonna grab this crack pipe and burn this bitch. I'm Rick James, bitch.
My favorite one is always like one of my favorite skits is always gonna be Richard Pryor talking about when he was smoking, I guess, cocaine, and he got burnt.
When he said, "Okay, do you want to know what Richard Pryor looks like running down the street?"
Yeah, and took a match and just went across the screen. I fucking love that shit.
Because he was telling the truth. You know what I mean? It was something that it was real. Shit. What was it?
Yes.
John Witherspoon, rest in peace. One of his friends at the time said that was the only celebrity he ever saw that when he was in a hospital and he got like his house broken into, they stole all of Richard Pryor's belongings. Everybody did because he was in the hospital. They heard Richard was coming out of the hospital. Everybody brought everything back.
Wow.
So there was a level of respect that he had with his community to literally, it's like he got robbed blind and everybody brought back every single item. That's a fucking icon.
Honestly, I think one of my favorite roles Charlie Murphy did was in the comedy with Mike Epps where they were spoofing on Meet the Blacks.
Yeah, Meet the Blacks.
Yeah, and he was the
player
drug
hater
king.
awards.
That shit was amazing.
I gotta go home and put some water in Buck Nasty Mama's dish.
For some reason, the only thing I can think of Charlie Murphy besides that is fuck your couch. For some reason,
I know when you're rich, motherfucker.
Fuck your couch.
Fuck your couch.
Lizzie says, "Holy shit, I needed this tonight. Been so on edge, I got scared by one of Mortimer's coffee mugs in the cabinet." Well, I'm glad that we're able to put you in better spirits, as it were.
I'll take care of the
Oh,
rest.
Linda Projects, you too. Oh, hugs from all of us to you, for real.
Yes.
That sounds like a Thailand to me.
Oh, you motherfucker! I wasn't ready.
Cheers to our demons.
So here's a cheers to our brother Mortimer here, who is an absolute expert on
Thailand.
You motherfucker!
Whoa, I wasn't
was
ready for
not
that one.
ready.
You got me there.
Touche.
That was a little corpse tickle to my tank there.
Oh my damn! Now Babylon's gonna chime in. All right. But anywho, he is our resident authority on the Greek pantheon. So there has been a correlation by this wonderful young man from over in the UK. And damn it, after I really just listened to it, I know we're all having a great time and we're laughing and everything, but this dude, unholy shit, I think he's on to something here. Check this shit out.
That Noah's Ark is just directly plagiarizing the story of Deucalion from Greek mythology. You'd be surprised at how often that happens, actually, to the point where it's almost like Christianity is just Zeus's retelling of the Greek myths. What, so the Bible is just pro-Zeus propaganda? Yeah, take a walk with me. Okay, first off, you have Genesis, which is describing the creation of the primordial deities, Gaia, Chaos, Nyx, Hemera, etc. But Zeus is pretending he's the one who did it all. Okay, but what about other early stuff, like God slaying the Leviathan? You mean Zeus defeating Typhon? Sure. But there's no Adam and Eve in Greek mythology, so what's all that about? He's slandering Prometheus. So Prometheus helped create the first humans out of clay, right? But Zeus hated the idea of these intelligent creatures having autonomy and independence, so he kept fire away from them and hoped that they just... Yeah, that sounds nothing like... But then Prometheus snuck fire out of Olympus and brought it down to the humans so that they'd have light and warmth, which Zeus hated, so you're going to say Prometheus is Lucifer. Lucifer does translate to light bringer, so you think Zeus rewrote the whole deal, demonizing Prometheus and pretending he was the good guy the whole time? Yeah, I bet he did that a ton. It would explain God's capricious behavior and weirdly expansive power set. Going back to Noah's Ark, for example, God sends a flood to get rid of the Nephilim, a race of monstrous giants. That is totally him taking credit for Poseidon's part in helping get rid of the giants, the Olympic god's enemies. Okay, but one thing, who's Jesus then? Seriously? The guy who's famous for resurrection and turning water into wine? Dionysus, man, come on.
Yep.
Isn't this kid brilliant?
Yep, I agree with him.
Unholy shit. I didn't see one hole in his entire plight.
Nope. I agree. Yeah, he was dead on. He did his research. Yep.
For sure. I mean, how is it too far-fetched to believe that man, who was well in tune with the myths of another land, okay, and just kind of said, oh, this is really cool, let's go ahead and make a different version.
Well, see, I can explain something that can lead to that too.
Oh, sure, absolutely. That's why I wanted to include it.
On that too is one of the first widely spread alphabets was the Greek alphabet.
Right.
And so one of the first things and first stories that was spread around globally through trade and stuff was Odysseus and things like that. And seeing people don't realize that, okay, for like you have stories of Hercules and Perseus and all that stuff, right? Clash of the Titans. Mm-hmm. Okay. To that end, King Minos and the Minotaur and all that was already ancient ruins. Okay. It's the same thing as Cleopatra was closer born to the release of the iPhone than she was the ancient pyramids. There's that much gap of time, and that's the thing. Like he was saying, the Greeks changed their creation myth because you had chaos, which formed the original primordial deities, including Nyx, our goddess of the night up there, sugar, and Thanatos, and all of the primordial gods before the pantheon of the Greek Zeus and all them were born through the Titans. Because the Titans came after the primordial gods as well. So it's thousands and thousands and thousands of years that these stories were already established. And then you had people like Alexander the Great. It was Greek, and things like that, and loved Egypt and spread all these myths, and all of these people spread these myths. So having that influence to come into where creation for all of them for Christianity, it's not hard to believe that they would have grown up and read all of the myths.
Seriously.
So, because that's also one of the things, name another culture's mythology that was openly taught to you in American schools. The only one was Greek mythology, and that's because we use the Greek alphabet for our sororities and fraternities. Because the Greek alphabet is tied to so many things. So he was dead on, though.
He was. So I just thought that correlation was fucking amazeballs.
Well, you did a great job. To see somebody that young with a mind like that's good. I enjoy that.
It gives us hope. That once we move on, people, there are still people that are not going to be struck down and be forced to not ask questions or make correlation.
Well, see, that's what I'm here for too. It's like,
exactly.
it's like once I kicked
this
off,
was something, myself and Robert Lasardo was talking about last night. It's like he doesn't have faith in the fact. I mean, and I understand where he's coming from. He has no faith in humanity whatsoever. He made that quite clear. That he doesn't think that there's going to be minds such as ours. Like him and I are the last two dinosaurs on the planet, and I appreciate that.
I hope I see where he's coming from, but I hope he's wrong.
I hope he's wrong too, and I keep trying to tell him. I'm like, you don't know, He's like, well, sure, maybe there's like 20%, maybe 25%.
No, I get what he means.
Thinking it's actually larger than that. They're just not as in the public eye as we are.
Because you can't be nowadays. Like it's people
like the Salem witch trials again.
Exactly. You have, like with everything that's going on, you're having to back off on a lot of shit.
Yeah,
a lot of shit.
Because you might offend someone.
But see, that's the other thing too, though. Even if you want to be a warrior, the way to go after anybody is go after the people they care about.
Right.
So you have to defend yourself and shield yourself to protect your own and not react like normally, like me. I'll grab somebody by the ankles and start shaking out the rug, so, but that's me, and it's like, but still in that point, Ophelia doesn't need to try to bail my old dead ass out of jail. So, and then the paperwork is crazy because they can't get my fingerprints because my skin just stays on the pad. They don't, it's a pain in the ass, and trying to explain it to them, it makes my life a living hell. So I have to control myself.
Let's have Sugar weigh in on this. How did that strike you?
Oh, I thought it was really interesting. I'm not as up on my Greek mythology. Like I remember learning it in school, but I don't know the players that well. So I thought it was actually a really cool parallel there.
He nailed everything correctly. I would have made the only thing else that I would have thought might have been, which I think is a little different to me, is I don't think Prometheus is their view of Lucifer. I think Apollo is. Yeah, Apollo was the true light bringer. He was literally, and look how Lucifer is depicted in the Bible. He was the gorgeous and most beautiful of all angels.
Right.
That's what they say in the Bible, right?
He was the hottie.
If you go through Greek mythology, you would be going for Apollo if you're going out of the pantheon. You would be taking Apollo.
One of my
funny thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good.
I was just going to say, for some reason, when I hear Leviathan, my head changes that to the Kraken, and then I'm like giggling, picturing him battling the Kraken.
Exactly. Well, because they did change.
Pretty much the same thing.
Is it the same thing? Okay, so I'm not
all
near.
Yep.
Okay.
Very close.
Pretty much, yeah. It was a way to threaten Argus to where if you don't do what the gods say, we're going to smite you. With a giant creature that's changed from a giant squid at one time for Davy Jones to a four-armed creature in Clash of the Titans. It's whatever it needs to be. Yeah, it's whatever it needs to be.
I have a video saved on my phone that I saved a long time ago. It's a guy talking about Lucifer, and he tells in it that in the Bible Lucifer does no evil. He does nothing wrong other than think he can do something better than his boss. And that makes you think, how many of you think that you can do better than your boss? Then if you put two and two together,
it's the same allegory.
You're not different than Lucifer.
Well, society wants to stomp out the rebel.
That's awesome, Dustin.
so pure rebellion in any form, they're going to try to stamp out. Okay. Because you can have people like Reaper. Now, you can have people that are Satanists that aren't good people. You can have Christians that are, good people, and ones that are fucked up, twisted-headed people. You can have, it's like you're going to get so many different versions just because of how the human being works. It's like there's so many flavors. You just got to depend on which ones are the crazy fuckers.
Well, you just have to look through and really get an understanding, I think, of the philosophy behind everything, because whether it be Satanism, it be paganism, it be Luciferianism, Christianity, there are perversions, as I like to call them, of every belief that there is on the
Yep,
fucking
of
planet.
other cultures and people that came thousands of years before those cultures ever created their shit. Yeah,
Well, sure.
100%.
99% of the people don't even know what the silver and red garland on a Christmas tree represents.
Right.
It represents
Well,
it started in Norse mythology, and it represents a common blood sacrifice.
Yeah, no, exactly. But then it turns to tinsel.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like the whole Jesus versus the Easter Bunny thing all over again.
Well,
And
yes,
it's like-
but it goes from like you said, it goes from Viking tradition to where it ends up going into Germany, and Germany gets Tannenbaum, gets their whole winter thing, and then you end up getting the birth of one of our favorite cloven, lovely creatures. Come on. Krampus, but that's a thing too, though, is it's like each culture is going to take something and make it their own.
My goal is literally to have all four of us go witness the Krampus festival in Wisconsin.
Dude, I want to be in a Krampus run so fucking bad. If anybody out there wants to cast my ass as Krampus, I will whoop the shit out of somebody with some fucking limbs. Just give me the opportunity, goddammit.
I could totally see the Defiler going up to these parents that are in the parade going, hey, you want your kid's ass whooped? I can do it.
I will beat his little ass.
Trevor will probably go up and go, hey, you want a kiss from Mama Krampus? I love it. But originally, what I was asking you, Sugar, was what do you think? Do you feel like there's enough free thinkers left? Especially, let's just say this country. We're not going to say the world. We're going to say this country.
I think there are. I think that the sheep bleat louder so that you don't know as much from the free thinkers, because the people that are just regurgitating what they're hearing are doing it louder and louder and louder.
Yep.
So the people that are having their own thoughts aren't as in your face. So maybe it's like easy to think, well, maybe it's kind of a dying breed. No, we're just, more slick about it.
We're biding our time.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. These days, no one really wants to be a martyr, I guess, for the cause.
Well, nobody wants to be a witch in Salem, Massachusetts. But going back to Dustin's comment, though, I loved what he said about the spaghetti monster, because when I went to the celebration of life for my old manager and friend a few weeks ago, his sister got up and
I'm so sorry.
I thought you guys knew about that. I'm sorry.
No, I knew, but still, rest in peace.
To your friend.
Thank you. Yeah, I talked about it on my podcast this week. But his sister got up and read the prayer, the spaghetti monster prayer, with a colander with spaghetti on her head.
Oh, that's
his honor. And I was like, this is so great, because it was
that's awesome. See, exactly. That's what I like. Okay. Like you said, a celebration of life.
Yeah.
When I was talking to you guys earlier about my uncle, that's what we did.
Yep. Because she said he would not want a funeral. He would want a party.
Exactly. And we ended up doing exactly that. Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah.
And when I got there, his brother had put together this like movie of all, and there was like old family movies, and he was older than me. So I was actually really impressed that there were so many that they had. And like, it had like this Star Wars music playing in the back. Like, it was really well done. But she's like, yeah, there's a video over there and there's some family pictures, and his urn's up there. Gross. And I just was cracking up.
It kind of has to be, I guess.
I get it. I get that. That is the one part that is really galvanizing about those situations is like the urn and stuff. Because we went through that with my dad. But what we did too, though, was we got all the family there possible and threw a big ass barbecue.
Yep.
And that was my dad. Yeah.
It
No,
was
go
the
ahead.
urn with a corona on either side, and like
Oh,
like
see?
they had it all. So it was.
That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's beautiful to me. That reminds me of the Vikings. It reminds me of the Egyptians. It reminds me of people like the Irish. You know, everybody celebrating the life of this individual, how they touched you, how they
That's
touched
like
your soul. You know,
when I die, I don't want nobody to fucking cry. I want y'all to turn on some good metal music, and I want y'all to get drunk as fuck.
That's
See,
what
I
I
was
keep saying.
smart.
When I die, I want them to put the fun in funeral. Like, don't,
Yeah.
Well,
you know, like,
okay, I will make you a deal because I'm Mortimer. I can do that.
that's awesome, Dustin.
I will strip at your funeral, sugar.
oh, okay.
I will
What
full
the fuck
Monty
did that?
for
Goddamn.
your funeral if you
Is
want me
it
to.
IOP? Bring your own pole.
I will. Now,
Uh,
granted, I'm
well,
pretty old.
Viking send-offs are
And
are legal
Yeah.
in New England. They're defilers. So
I know.
if you want,
That-
if you
Shit,
want your boat
Johnny
send-off,
Depp.
go for it.
There's a
fucking
place
shot
that Rebecca's looked into this shit because I told her that's what I always wanted. That's what I want. I don't want to be buried or nothing like that. That's what I want. But there's another place that will take your coffin out to sea and like they drill holes in it and they drop it and let it sink to the bottom of the ocean. And that's in the States. So that's another thing too. But yeah, the Viking send off is what I want. But
Well, you can
I don't-
do that too. Julia Childs had her ashes put in a active like coral. It's a man-made coral.
yeah.
So yeah, and it grows and stuff, and it's all beautiful. It's like a beautiful underwater cemetery on purpose.
I seen
I
a
wanna
thing
just-
doesn't go ahead.
I was just gonna say I want to donate anything usable, and then like burn up the rest. And I always said like back in like college, I was like, I want to get buried, you know, like cremated and have my ashes put in a McDonald's fry box because I was like all about McDonald's back then. And my friend, I was in Kentucky for college, and my friend's like, they can't do that. I said, why not? He goes, your ass is too big. I was like, fuck you. Like that was the end of that conversation. But I still want to get donated and burned, just no McDonald's.
Justin
Hey,
says,
there's
I will
nothing
hand
wrong
out the pasta and Mortimer will be in charge of the meatballs.
Don't tell him that. We all know how that's going to end.
Hey, you can
Yep.
tell me what flavor you want, Paul, Jacob.
There's a whole
Jerry.
Parmesan cheese joke in there, and we're
There's
just
a whole like you could also be putting a biodegradable thing that turns you into a tree, and if
Yep.
you're planting
Yes,
as a walnut,
I have heard of that.
You
if
can
you're planting
also
as a walnut tree, they can eat your nuts forever.
there you go. I would love that. I'd love to tell people to eat my nuts.
well, or
Well-
be buried face down so the world can kiss your ass.
Aw,
No, you can't be that asshole that's buried over the top of Marilyn Monroe. You can't be that asshole.
No,
I
and you
think
know
he's
what?
thinking of
No.
the 70s
Hey,
show.
No, he was denied that. That's what
Was he
Howard
really?
Hughes. That's what Hugh Hefner wanted, and he was denied that request.
No,
He
it's
is
not Hugh Hefner. There's another guy. Like there's a legit guy you can Google that's buried above her, and he's buried that way. It's on YouTube. He's buried, or not YouTube, but Google. He's buried face down in the thing above her.
That's fucking. That's fucked up.
You can Google it. Like he's a legit dude.
It is dirty Victorian ghost bastard undead son of a bitch as I am. I still think that's one of the trashiest fucked up things I've ever heard.
It is.
That is
I
so
also
disrespectful.
heard-
It is.
That's
I
so
also heard
disrespectful.
they can press your ashes into a record, and I think
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool.
I've heard of
like
that,
have like a song that means a lot to you, and
Shit,
have
who
yourself
was
pressed into it.
Fuck, who was that? Okay, action star back in the day, really ugly fucking looking. But he was a
That narrows it down.
badass. Death Wish.
Now, see,
Oh,
What's
I know
his
who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the mustache.
Yes. Fuck.
What was his name? Fuck, I know who you're
No,
talking
see
about.
exactly. His brain it went right out of my head. But
that's
get it
kind of
out.
what I don't know. My wishes are a little bit different. So I kind of would like my heart to be preserved. I don't know. I can't help that. It's kind of my love for wet specimens.
dude, Mutter Museum.
I
Oh,
love the Mutter
shit.
Museum.
Dude,
Love
get
it.
part of the Mutter Museum, man. You would be in fucking freak underground history, man. That'd be badass.
And
The
then
dude-
I would like my skull to be on the altar of either my beloved or my children, so that I am always with them. You know what I mean?
That's the only other thing I told Rebecca I wanted her to preserve my tattoos. Like they'll cut your tattoos off and preserve them.
Yeah, they do that. They basically tan your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Charles Bronson.
Charles Bronson, yes. He died, or his wife died, and her ashes was put into a cane that he used.
Yeah.
And then when he passed away, his ashes was put into the cane, and then they buried the cane.
Oh, okay.
The dude with
but Charles Bronson, thanks for that.
The dude with Marilyn Monroe, his name was Richard Poncher, Poncher, and it says, that's right, Richard Poncher was requested to be buried face down over Marilyn Monroe. Elise Poncher, his wife, goes on to report that is exactly what happened. At his funeral, she was informed of the funeral director of his last wish when the ceremony ended and as told the LA Times, I was standing right there when they turned him over.
Jeez,
that's fucked up. That's tacky as fuck.
Yeah, it's completely fucked up.
Dude, I hope her ghost bitched him out from one end of the cemetery to the other.
Dustin says, these days there are a lot of options. I've heard a lot of people mixing their ashes with tattoo ink. Yes.
Yeah.
That's very much a thing. You can also have your blood preserved within a ring.
Yeah.
As well. So,
that's
or
so Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob
That
Thornton,
is
though.
that is very much. God, that chick creeps me out so bad. It really does. And the only reason I got to say that is, creepy as my ass is, I'm not sitting on the red carpet with my tongue down my brother's throat.
Right.
It's like, and then you're banging Billy Bob Thornton.
I'm looking
Billy
at
Bob
Dustin's
Thornton.
comment.
You're letting Sling Blade get into that.
I agree with everybody. Like I said about the organ donor. What happened?
What? No, go ahead.
I just heard ass on the table.
No, it's just every time she was with Billy Bob Thornton, that's all I thought of. Was like, yeah, Angelina Jolie with me, and we go to movies and stuff, and I get that ass. Yes, I do.
What are you gonna do with that? I'm fixing to fuck you with it.
Well, it reminded me of like Scary Movie when she's, when her friend's like, she was with a backup dancer. She don't love herself. That's what I think with that. It's like, you don't even fucking care about yourself, girl. What the fuck?
Absolutely.
So what I was saying was, I read Dustin's comment about the taxidermy. I don't know if you want to pop that up. I did,
yes.
But because the other thought I had about after they take whatever they can use, like my liver probably tastes like vodka at this point. I don't know if that can be used, but whatever they can use, I'm happy to give, but then they can cremate the rest and put me in an urn with a little peephole and put it on the mantle so I can watch everybody, because I'm nosy like that.
Oh, no.
I think that'd be cool.
No, okay, God.
The new version
of a glass eye put into the peephole, so when they look in, you're looking back at them, and people would shit their pants.
That would be fun. I could be like I Dream of Jeannie in the urn, just like.
Oh, that'd be cool. No, exactly, and they probably could do an image like that, seriously, to where they look in there and see you dancing or something.
That would be hysterical. I just have the ponytail.
Cool God,
they also will clone your dick for your spouse anyway, so there you go.
I have heard of that, and then you can. Yep.
Yes, but see, for me, Ophelia doesn't need a prosthetic leg. She'll be fine.
That's when you get them to clone it. Then, hey, the real way is you clone it, and you have them the little hollow on the inside, so they can stuff your ashes up inside of it.
It's a cloner boner.
I mean, pretty much.
Clone bone.
I'm not opposed to it because I'd rather, my significant other, get off that way than Bob.
Well, that's the plaster caster, like back in the 80s.
Yeah, the Plaster Sisters, yeah.
The plaster casters.
Yep. They got a bunch of famous dicks, too. They got Jimmy.
That's pretty good kid. That's pretty good kids.
I wonder if they got Gene Simmons' tongue.
I mean, the kids have a song called Plaster Caster.
I would not be surprised if he patents that shit.
I can stick
he
my
would
tongue out.
sell his mother for the right price.
Oh,
He is-
exactly. He'll make another $10 million.
And I'm working on parting my eyebrows with my tongue.
He just did a thing like he was going on tour, and like you could pay like $12,000 to be his roadie for a day, and then like something happened and he canceled some of the tours, and it wasn't refunding the money and all kinds of shit.
Because he's an
I'm
old
not
bitch.
surprised. I'm making this reaction at Dustin's comment, but no, he is. I do not like the man. And when I saw him in the airport in Indianapolis, like I refused to say hello because I wasn't going to pretend that I liked him.
No, that's good. I appreciate it. See, it's like, dude, you married Shannon Tweed and
They
you
never got
cheat
married.
on her regularly. Well, they were. Well, no, you know what I mean. They were
never
together.
got married. They've been
Had
together
two
forever,
children.
but yep.
Yeah,
I think they recently got married. They actually,
Did
I
they
think they
finally
really
get
did.
married?
No,
I think they
did.
for
I
decades
forced him
without
to.
being
I think
married.
that's why I said that. But
I referenced Shannon Tweed in my
legitimately,
book, which you can get at learnedingogo.com.
Bum, bum, bum.
But there's a story about a guy that was telling me what he likes to do to Shannon Tweed movies.
oh shit, I would. Oh my shit. She was one of my crushes back in the 90s.
She was a crush of a lot of people in
Yeah,
the 90s.
Shannon Tweed is hot as
I
shit.
can honestly say the 18-year-old me was a fan of Shannon
No,
Tweed.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. She helped a lot of us figure out, like, yep, that's what I want.
Exactly. Lunar Project says, I'm shocked that they haven't. Porn duplicated his tongue. Yeah.
I bet you there is a kiss porn.
They had a
somewhere.
whole goddamn movie made of the Osbournes, when that was
that's
the
what
thing on MTV. But yet, no Gene Simmons. Gene, you're just not that cool.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I'm
the
sure
other
there's
thing.
one, but nobody wants to watch it.
Well, think about like when they did the video for Lick It Up and everybody's like, put the fucking makeup back on. Put the fucking makeup back on. Who dressed you this morning, bro? Why are you wearing
constantly looks
leopard
like he's like
print
this.
and skinny jeans in the 80s? Exactly. It's like, what the fuck?
I just
It's like, go get
picture him in the Heavens on Fire video.
Exactly.
And
And,
he's just like,
and beg
burn
them to
with
come back
me,
to kiss.
Heavens on fire. It's like, stop it. Stop
my
it.
God.
I was made for loving you, baby.
I have
What
a
makes
confession,
him
though.
think that every woman wants him? Come on.
No.
My ass.
No.
Not with a stolen pussy.
I
But-
mean,
I agree with her.
He had to pay for it. Come on.
I will admit, though, that I always did like the song Tears Are Falling, and that's a cheesy 80s Kiss song.
Well, I like
did love
Dr.
that
Love.
song.
I just didn't think of Gene singing it. You
No.
know, it's like
I never knew he sang, like, because all the songs that I
He
liked, Paul sang.
sings. He sings
a
Zeus. God of Thunder. God of Thunder was originally sang by Paul Stanley. Like
Right.
the demo to it, he
all
did.
of my
And
best.
Gene Simmons is version. He says, "I was raised by the demons," but in the demo, Paul Stanley says, "I was raised by the women." Like
Oh, okay.
I have a whole history with Kiss. That was my favorite band as a kid. But
No, I mean, I get that aspect. A lot of us wanted to be in the Kiss Army, and then it's like once you get to know how much, so at least Gene is a piece of shit. You're like, fuck, I like the Demon, man. What the fuck?
He was always my childhood idol. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, he's a dick. I don't really. But my childhood me, I was fucking. Childhood me, I was spitting fucking blood every goddamn where. I had fake blood all the damn time. I wore his makeup, every fucking thing.
But
Same here.
Never matched the music.
Yeah,
Well, that was the thing. They were an
literally 3 other
experience
people
more
dressed
than
They
being
were an experience,
musicians. And I always liked a few songs, but when I was on Twitter, which I refuse to be on now, I followed Paul Stanley like randomly. I wound up. He was a fantastic Twitter follow, and everybody's gonna laugh at me. Another one that was a great follow is Richard Marx, and like I'm a huge Richard Marx fan now because of the person.
Richard Marx is a beast. You're
He's
right. I agree with you.
awesome.
100%.
And he has a
does
new
not fuck around.
podcast.
King
And
of
there's
the
an
singles.
episode where he interviews Paul Stanley, and it's awesome. Like the
who the
two-
fuck is Richard Marx?
okay,
Oh,
you're
okay.
all
The romantic
I
single
will
king
be
from
right
the
here
90s.
waiting for you.
He had a lot
Wherever
of ballads.
you go,
But he also wrote a lot of music. He wrote Broken Heart by Vixen. He wrote If you ever heard All Night Long by Lionel Richie in the background, it's like all night. That's Richard
I know
Marx
the
singing.
Vixen song. I just don't know who the fuck
dude. No,
He had a big mullet in the 80s. He was like,
dude, do this first. Look up Daisy Fuentes.
That's his wife.
Dude, there are
and that is his wife
for Richard Marx.
And he's part of the joke now. And he also on his podcast had Rick Springfield, who is 72. And if I was not a happily married woman, I would ride him like a Harley on a bumpy road at 72.
He had the look. I mean, where did he come from? General Hospital? Was it General Hospital?
He was Blackie on General Hospital.
Yeah, he came from General Hospital and was doing that, went and did Jesse's Girl, and then it blew the fuck up while he was on a soap opera. And it's like, I need to go because I got to go sing.
Exactly. And that's what he was doing. He was filming the show, then flying out, doing gigs, and coming back. And he was on Californication. Did you guys watch that?
Oh, see, no, I saw him as a demon. And Supernatural, he's a demon in Supernatural. He did a good job. He was a pretty vicious motherfucker in that. He did a good job.
We're going to give Cody homework of who all of these old people are.
I'm sitting here on Wikipedia with Richard Marx right now. That's what I'm doing. Dude,
I'm telling you.
Like Mortimer said, look up Daisy Fuentes. That's who he's married to now.
Dude, and she still looks the way she did in the 90s.
If I wasn't a happily married woman, I would bang Daisy
Fuentes. Oh, yeah, she looks exactly the way she did when she first started MTV.
Oh, apparently she became Jesse's girl.
Oh, yeah. No, wrong. No, she became Richard Marx's girl.
Yeah, she's Richard Marx's wife.
Sorry.
So those ballads worked, dude, and they've been together, God, for fucking years. They've been married for years and years.
Yeah, they've been together
dude,
for a
you
long
can
time.
bounce a quarter off her ass and make a hole in one.
Yep. But it's funny because Richard Marx will tour with Rick Springfield, and they call it the Two Dicks tour.
That's funny as shit. No, but that's the thing. I agree with her, though. It's like you'll follow his shit, and some lady will be like, you use bad language. I wouldn't expect that from you. And he's like, well, it's my fucking thing, so why don't you fuck the fuck off?
Yeah,
it's like, that's
fantastic.
fucking awesome, dude.
Fantastic. And I know it was unexpected. I think that's what it was like, I wasn't expecting it, so it made it even more entertaining.
I follow him, too, to this day, because of shit like that.
Exactly. He'll tell you how it is and where to stand.
And just like that, we need some wisdom from Skeletor.
Remember, gagging during a bee job is one of the most romantic sounds in the world because someone is choosing you over oxygen. Until we meet again.
Agreed.
Yes.
The only thing is don't force after you hear the gag. You got to throttle back, or you're gonna get a bad case of something that they like to call puke dick.
Man, I bet it's acceptable in Thailand.
Oh,
you motherfucker!
All right.
Woo. Oh god damn!
I'm right there with you. That was straight Jim Beam. Like, oh. Fuck.
Yeah, no, that was straight alcohol. There wasn't and the riboflavin and the hyphen.
God damn it! So I think I officially have found a video that basically tells us what it would be like if our one of our younger children gave us corpse paint.
I follow this dude. He does so. I actually follow this guy. He does so much shit with his daughter. It's fucking crazy.
I love
That's
it.
awesome. And see, you know what's funny, Defiler, is every single time I've seen his video before, I think of you.
Nicole said, my son has just now got used to seeing me in corpse paint. Like when I would first do it, he would lose his fucking mind. Now he just says, "Hi, Dad," and just goes with it.
And one day he will paint your face with a paintball gun.
Yeah, probably.
Hell no.
That's not.
I mean, that's metal,
joke.
but you know. But I mean, I thought that was the most adorable thing. If you know, and my daughter, Faye Marie, if she said, "Dad, can I do your makeup for tonight?" I would totally let her do that shit.
Hell yeah.
You know, she's a huge fan of, you know, what we both do. And she is so gifted as an artist. So when I saw that video, I was just like, you know what? If she comes home and says she wants to do my makeup for the night, I'm going to fucking let her. I don't care if I turn out to be an anime character of some sort that ends up looking like a fucking, you know, pretty kitty. If that's what it's going to be, I'm going to let her do it.
It's going to be a damn baby metal night. You know what I mean? We'll get our baby
There's
metal
a video.
on, brother. Fuck it.
There's videos in the site last week.
Who won the challenge the other night between Baby Metal and Ward 16.
Oh, which also too, Lizzie has extra information for you and Cody on Ward 16 that will interest you both quite a bit.
I mean, I hope it's good because that's all we listen to.
Heard.
There is no album. They only release a single every 4 to 5 years.
What?
Oh, get the fuck out of town.
Yeah. There is no one album to actually find and listen to.
She needs, like that. Like I said, this is nothing against female leads. I would never take nothing away from a good female lead. She needs to step back, and the male needs to come forward because his goddamn gutturals and fries are fucking amazing.
No, I agree. She sounded
he's pretty good.
She sounded like my backpacks have jets. I'm Boba the Fett. I'm down here for Java Hut to finance my bet. You know, yeah, that was my problem because I liked all the rest.
That was
of
our problem too.
But that was exactly the guy's vocals and the growl and everything. But as soon as she started singing, and it's like you have some, like we all know this, you got some badass lead female vocalists that'll rip your fucking face off with their vocals. She was not. That's not her forte.
Nope.
You know, and it's like just switch position with the guy, back up his vocals, and I think they would have a whole nother vibe and reach a bigger audience.
I mean, it's like it's even with two male leads, a male and female lead. If you have one doing the growls, the fries, and everything, then you have a clean accented follow up. It's going to give it a little bit more of a body than just somebody doing some shit vocals and then the badass vocals kicking in.
Right. She goes, yeah, I checked Bandcamp, Spotify, YouTube, and all I could find was a single song released every couple of years. It's the weirdest thing. Well, I mean, when you're a band that sucks, that's what you do.
See, but that was also for just a quick side note, 4 tracks of the Damned on that between the two bands. One of my things that helped me with that decision was one has literally been on stage with Rob Halford.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Baby Metal performed with Rob Halford. They've been on tour with Rob Zombie.
Yeah, and well, Rob Halford, though, they got the same shit that people didn't want to listen to him and shit like that. And Rob Halford came out on stage and literally said, these kids can rock and do metal just as much as I can. And if you don't want to hear them, you're not going to fucking hear me.
I mean, that's fine.
But no, they finished their set. Rob Halford comes out to do all of his shit and brought Baby Metal out to do all of his songs with him.
I'm sure that those 3 gals can fucking light it up as far as, you know.
Well, they just pissed him off.
Very melodic and harmonious.
Just give them a chance.
I'm not a fan of Poppy neither, but bringing the gutturals into it added a little bit more flair to it. So you got 3 females. You got 3 females in the same spot, and they're all doing the same pitch, the same tone, same every fucking thing over a metal track. It kills it a little bit. One
Well,
of them
no,
can bring a
it
little bit
comes
of a
off
different.
like a cheerleading squad,
Yeah.
like they're doing a cheer react to. Yeah.
But if one of them would bring a little bit of a different tone, just to accent the other one's high pitch, it would change the whole fucking thing.
It
I
would.
agree.
It would.
I agree.
No, it definitely. But I mean, harmonically, they're fan fucking tastic.
Oh yeah. I mean, they got their that's the thing. They know their shit. But that's like exactly what you and Cody were saying. It's like if you changed a little vocal arrangement just a little bit, they would be way harder than they are, and they want to be hard. You know, I mean, that is their
Such a fantastic backup band too.
Well,
Their band is killer. Like that shit's technical as fuck.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. It's like you got that precision, and if you just changed it up a little bit, they could be a hell of a lot more wicked, you know, and get more play. I think personally, unless they're doing video games, because that was Lollipop Chainsaw sounding like a motherfucker. It's like I'm gonna take my chainsaw, do glitter bombs and shit, and saw the fuck up out of zombies. That's what.
I mean, I still have to say though, the fact that they're doing all that martial arts movements. I mean, they're doing silks, they're doing all kinds of shit the whole time they're singing. Have you seen this Sugar at all? Baby Metal.
Oh,
they're a Japanese. They're a three-piece Japanese metal band.
Three Japanese.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Yes.
And they look
Yes,
like
yes, yes.
Japanese schoolgirls that went to hell.
Yep. Now I know exactly who you're talking
Very
about.
much an anime kind of act.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think of them?
I mean, I haven't heard any of their music. I've seen them. I can picture who you're talking about, but I would need to look up their songs.
You're gonna think video game song. Even if you're not a gamer, they have that vibe to where it sounds like this could be in a video game instantly.
Okay.
It's gonna be really dark, like hardcore fucking anime. Like
like dark K-pop.
Okay. That's a good description.
with three chicks that are really high pitched that are, you know, like you would expect to do in the.
You got to give them props because they're doing all them fucking moves. Them damn dresses can't be light. They got to weigh at least fucking 50 fucking pounds.
They're wearing like warrior gear.
Yeah, they change up their look. Yeah.
It's unreal.
Well, they bring the theatrics, but they've got the solid band behind them.
Yeah, it's like, you know, anyone who is possibly into hentai at this point, it's like their wet dream.
Oh yeah,
that's what I told Rebecca.
Well, yeah, but without being like dirty.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's like they don't put themselves out there like that. They put themselves out there as metal artists.
Yeah,
you know, but no, like what he's saying, like the imagery is a lot of the guys that are into the anime and the hentai fantasy rolled into one. You know.
Oh, cool.
No, they're a trip. You know, they're a trip. But that was the whole thing too that I love so much about Trax was that is I knew very little bit about Baby Metal. I didn't know shit about the other band at all. And then to have it to where they do songs and like multiple year gaps, like one single. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. I didn't. That's odd for a band.
Well, we was gonna add Sleep Token's Caramel into it, but if we put Sleep Token into it, they would have killed the whole thing. They would have took it.
So I just now have been introduced to Sleep Token, and I love.
You got to start with their older shit.
Where you been? Holy shit balls!
I've never heard of them before.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Yep,
So
I only found out about them a couple weeks ago, so it's not
okay.
just
So I don't got to feel bad. I just got to do some homework. Okay.
Start with the Summoning. That album said the Summoning, Chokehold, Atlantic. Fuck, what's the other one? There's a few other ones. Look those. Start with the Summoning. Back to Eden.
Check out the entire album. Back to Eden. That's what you need to do.
Atlantic is a really slow, really good song. Hypnotize. Hypnotize is a good one. Will Ramos
track is phenomenal.
Will Ramos from Lorna Shore has covered Hypnotize. He's done his own vocal version of it. So that tells you anything. Like a deathcore band looks up to these guys. Like one of the prominent deathcore bands.
If somebody's doing a cover of your shit, you caught somebody's attention.
Oh yeah,
you know, because
Totally.
nobody's gonna cover shit that nobody knows unless they know for a fact they can do a better version. And you know, it's like, oh no, because they used to do that back in the day. Me and Lizzie were just talking about that. Back in the day, like way back in the day, you'd have one single come out, right? And you had multiple artists do the same song, and whoever's became a hit, and it became their song.
Yeah.
So you had like, okay, the song Anytime for Legend of Bloody Bones has Patsy Cline has done it. Eddie Fisher has done it. Willie Nelson has done it. You know, all these different artists throughout the years have done their take on it, because once you get to that point with the copyright laws for ones that are way old as shit, as long as you make your own version, you know, and that was even back then, it was so old of a track, they could do whatever they wanted as long as they made it their own.
Right.
So put your own stamp on it, and sometimes people like you better than the original. It happened. Look at Manson.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
To say Tiffany's version of I Think We're Alone Now, nobody could tell you who sang the original.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying.
No, I didn't know. I thought that was her original song. My mom used to play the shit out of that song.
Oh,
like,
there's
I thought
songs that are not originals. There's
well,
so
like
many
Hard
songs.
to Handle by Black Crowes, like that's
Right.
cover, you know, and the original was well known, but
I swear was put out as an R&B song, as a pop song, as a country song.
Fucking
that
Tom
song,
Jones.
Yeah. Oh, I love the fuck out of Tom Jones.
that's
You know what the thing you
hysterical.
got to give Tom Jones is, as big as a sex symbol as he was at his time and a big stud, he's married to the same woman that he was since high school.
True that.
That's she's
True
a
that.
lady, you know, that's his sex bomb, and I respect the shit out of him for it.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
You got panties thrown at you on stage every single night while you were performing, and you went home to the
Right.
same woman. That's respect, dude.
I would have went over the microphone like, damn, y'all got to stop. It starting to smell like fish up here.
Instead of the Pantheon, he's got the Pantheon.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
So this time of year, we're doing a lot of spring cleaning. You might want to be careful when you're cleaning out
Say that
your
after the panty
refrigerator.
conversation.
Oh, refrigerator. I got you.
I'm sorry, what happened?
I said that you bring this up after we're talking about panties, and then you're like, we're doing spring cleaning.
I was looking for any way to segue at this
Anyway,
point.
to start talking about Tom Jones and panties.
Breathe.
Trying not to cough at the same time, but still, yeah, you know, I mean, it is time, and you know, a lot of us are trying to get rid of some of that clutter, but damn it, be careful when you're cleaning out your refrigerator.
I just saw something moving in my refrigerator that shouldn't be. Hold on, there it is. There it is. So it's moving right there. I seen it. Hold on. Move this out of the way. You know what it might be? It might just be like one of these kind of just shifted and moved. But I could have swore I saw something moving. Yeah, no, I don't see anything else. I'm looking in the reflection too. I don't see anything. Now, what was that? I just saw.
Didn't get me. I knew
You
it was
never
coming.
know. You know, watch out for those stink bugs, because those bastards are everywhere.
I knew that's what was going to happen too, and it still got me. That's why I was like, fuck you.
We should take an audience poll of our demons on who peed themselves just a little bit.
You know, we have to end in epic fashion.
Yeah, thank you, Lizzie. I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Didn't get me at all. You know why? I've had those things crawl out of so many different orifices. It's just, you just get used to them.
Man, you got to
Talk about
squat.
your
You got
spring cleaning.
It's to the point you got to squat and cough and see what happens, don't it?
Dude, I've been dead for a long time. Sometimes, you know, I feel you can just hit me with a bat and it's like Oogie Boogie. You name how many bugs come flying out of my old ass.
I'm dead. I'm totally dead.
Not yet,
Man.
but we're working on it.
Thank you all so much for joining us on Satanic Saturday. You guys have been utterly fucking amazeballs as always. We have so much good programming coming up for you this week. Don't forget the return of the Horror Barbecue coming up this Thursday with myself and brother Mortimer Deadfellow there. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that this week, but we're going to pick that back up on Thursday. And then, of course, Tracks of the Damned will definitely be back on Friday. And a little public service announcement from Sugar Hooter.
Yes. So if you haven't already, pick up a copy of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Go-Go, How a Preacher's Daughter Pole Danced Her Way to Finding Her True Self. You can get that at learnedingogo.com. And also Learned in Go-Go, the podcast, is Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on my Learned in Go-Go Facebook and Learned in Go-Go, the podcast YouTube channel. So hop in the comments. I love all of you that joined me this past week and let me talk about something a little bit more serious and in addition to our laughing. So thank you for that.
And thank you all, addicts and demons, for joining us this entire week of programming on Black Flame Entertainment. Last night was spiritual. It was fun. You got to vote on 2 different new songs that maybe you never had a chance to listen to before, or the bands, period. So we're going to be doing a lot of that coming up. Is that
a baby metal joke?
Kind of.
You said the band's period. I thought it was a girl band joke.
Ouch. No, I really wasn't going there.
Maybe it would have said it'd been a bloody mess.
Right. And there's so many new releases coming up, and we talked a little bit about new metalcore and what the fuck that is. I still have my issues with that, but that's okay. Myself and Robert Lasardo will be back with some more shamanism for you, involving Uncle Charlie, as well as the goddamn program next Saturday. So we are going to have a blast. And, you know, you're still kind of partying through your weekends. Please have a great and indulgent Sinful Sunday. And we love and appreciate every single one of you. Don't ever hesitate to reach out if you're having a bad day. If you're having a hard time, we're here for you. That's what we do. Because honestly, you all are always here for us as well. So just remember, before you got one full day, maybe some of you have to work like myself tomorrow, but if you start your work week on Monday, just remember, give them hell, be yourself, for you, and don't give a fuck what they have to say to you. And give the boss the finger, and always stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Rebirth Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.